So hi class. So for those who are taking statistical application, remember we are on how you can actually be able to lay out what you call the data, because remember this is an application that you can actually use what you call for quantitative data analysis. So for this case, you need to be able to understand the kind of data you are going to store. So remember, with the statistical application like SPSS, it has got two data types that normally tracked. That is string data type and numeric what? Data type. So I've given an example of the kind of data type that is supposed to be accepted, and also the number of characters that are supposed to be accepted, and this is normally defined in the variable what? In the variable window. Remember, you have two windows. You have the variable and then you have what? The data. So you should be able to be able to differentiate the kind of data type that you have in what? In that you have in the data that you have actually what? Collected. So for this case, and previously I gave you a sample questionnaire, and remember I told you that before you start entering data into the application, the first thing you are supposed to do is actually coding what? The questionnaire. And normally we have got a design, that is a template, whereby it has got what? It has got three columns. That is, the first column is the variable name, the second one is normally the label, and then the third one is what? For the label values. Are you seeing that? So what is important here is that the label should actually be well defined, because when you are running the analysis, what will be displayed on the output is normally on what? On the label. Then the label values normally will give you the list of options that you are supposed to select from. For example, are you married? It's either yes or what? No. It's not. For example, we'll be, let's say we're saying 0 is equals to yes, or 0 is equals to no, or 1 is equals to what? Yes. So it depends on how you want to put the figures there. And you can see we are actually trying to convert the option that we have into what? Numbers. So meaning we are actually trying to get quantitative what? Data. Are you seeing that? So we have other applications like NVivo. NVivo can actually be able to analyze qualitative data. So in an event whereby you want to learn about how you can actually be able to analyze qualitative data, for example, if you have got an interview or you have an article that you want to analyze, and then for that case you are going to use NVivo as an application for actually be able to analyze, that you can actually be able to use to analyze what? Qualitative data. But for this case we are dealing with what? Quantitative what? Data. That's why we have to look at the data that you have, and that's why we are trying to code the questionnaire, so that at the end of it, that you can actually be able to enter all the details that we have on the questionnaire, so that we have a well-defined format on how you are going to do it, to enter the data into the application. So I want you to check through, make sure you finish that that questionnaire that I gave you, because we are going to use it in other subsequent lessons.